Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Lobby Studios BK. It is your mom's favorite host, Beloved, and joining me is your auntie's favorite voice, Uncle Ev.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we have the illustrious, the talented Mr. Money, Mr. Real Estate.
Hey.
We have Storm with us. Now, I'm going to ask you now, because I was looking at the Instagram name and we were talking. Now, is Storm? You don't like Storm Me, right?
No, Storm Leroy. Yes,
Storm Lee.
Leroy's my last name.
Got you. Okay. So
It's Storm, there's no Stormy.
Got you. I
Stormy,
appreciate
that's
that.
my people. Great. She's killing it out here, but that's her name. So I'm Storm, she's Stormy. I'm Storm Leroy, also known as the Employed Millionaire.
So do people walk up to you and just call you the whole, it's Storm Leroy, like the whole thing?
Yeah. I kind of get that too, because my name kind of rings with
it has
the
a
whole
good
thing.
ring. Yeah, it has a good ring to it.
A good character name, Storm Leroy. Yeah,
For sure,
I get that.
Sure. But thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
I appreciate your time. And so we were talking a little bit before we were talking about music, but before that, we were talking about real estate. You're in real estate.
I'm in real estate.
So what in real estate? What are you doing in real estate?
I've been investing in out-of-state real estate for almost 10 years now. But I bought my first piece of real estate back in 1999. That shows you how old I am. I bought a brownstone in Brooklyn. But the key thing about that brownstone in Brooklyn was that brownstone in Brooklyn, even though it may be worth about $2 million right now, that's not the property that allowed me to become wealthy. I would have had to buy that property, continuously go to work, wait to retire, and then I wouldn't be able to pull that equity out because I don't make that kind of money to be able to afford a $2 million refinance. So this is why a lot of people retire, sell their homes, and move down south. So what I did was I realized I didn't want to be a landlord. I didn't like collecting rent. When I did have tenants, it was a goddamn headache. It's the hidden story but that property owners don't tell other people, but we talk about it only amongst ourselves. Yeah. We'll tell other people, buy real estate. Real estate is the best thing. But we'll get together and be like, yo, my tenant, they not paying rent. My tenant.
Heard those stories.
Especially in a state like New York.
So what it was for me is I didn't want to buy any more real estate where I had to be the landlord. So I started looking to buy real estate out of state.
Okay.
That's what changed my life. I took my salary because your job is your first business partner. I took $8,000, bought my first piece of property in Indianapolis. From that point on, I had a property management company. I never dealt with tenants. In 5 years, with the help of my mentor, you need a mentor.
Can you say that one more time, please? Because people don't like to listen.
You need a mentor. You need a mentor. The word mentor comes before money in the dictionary. So you will not be able to get to the money if you don't have a mentor. Get you that. So once I got me a mentor and I understood the power of out-of-state real estate through his education, I went on to buy over 30 properties in 5 different states, left my job in 5 years, worth over $2 million in properties. I went on Instagram Live. I walked into Verizon where I used to work, and I said, I'm leaving. It's time for me to go. And I did that with $8,000 on one property in mastering group economics. You need to start investing as a group to get to the goal. You can go fast and far, but you can't do them both by yourself and with a group. By yourself, you can go fast. With a group, you can go far. Working with a group would do it. So that's my story, is being the employed millionaire. Your job is your first business partner.
I love that. I love that because, you know, we have these conversations and people, well, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? And people only focus on that 9 to 5, but then we also don't consider, from our last conversation, trying to stay away from maybe the word hustle, but that side hustle can also turn into a business and can retire you from the job, right? Can separate you from your first business partner. So when did you know now is my time? How were you able to know not yet and to know now I can?
Here's the thing. I knew from the very beginning that I didn't want to work for anybody, but I needed a job. When I got that job at Verizon in 1995, 95, 96, I said, I'm only going to be here 2 years because I always was an entrepreneur. I used to be an artist, traveled, and I didn't want to work. But there came a time in my life where, man, I need to get a job. You got responsibilities, you know?
Right.
So that job ended up going from 2 years, 3, 4, 5, and I got comfortable. But I always wanted to still be an entrepreneur, open up a barbershop, doing this, doing that. But what hit me was, I said, what can I do that will continuously make me money that I don't have to do any work? Because having a barbershop, I had to work. Opening up a business, I still had to do some work, and I already had a job. Collecting rent not managing tenants was the one. Once I got that out-of-state property and had somebody else managing it, now I saw the finish line. If I was making $50,000 a year and each property was making $5,000 a year, all I need is 10 properties. So if I'm buying one property every year, that means I bought one. Next year I buy another one. That means I have two. The next year I buy another one that has three. That's how I knew 5 years I was out. Building a strategy and also having a belief. A lot of people don't understand. The key thing before it comes with your mindset to want to do something is, do you believe you can do it? You can believe that you can be great, but now if you don't put the mindset to it, it doesn't work. But if you have the mindset that, yo, I'm gonna open up this business, but then your head is doing the mindset, your heart is working on belief. Your heart don't believe what your head is telling you. Now you have a conflicting message that turns into anxiety. You need to start with believing and then do the groundwork in the mindset so you can turn that into a passion and make money from it. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely. So the two biggest things that I took away from what you just said, to sum it up, the first thing is your actions have to back up what it is that you think or what it is that you're saying.
Yeah.
If this is what you're saying you're passionate about, or you think this is what you want to do, you got to put some legwork behind that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, going back to the first thing you said, which is working as a group. Learning that, okay, you know what, either I'm not good at this thing or I don't want to do this thing, and that could be the very thing that is holding you back. So learning how to delegate. Don't be sitting here trying to start this business and do everything by myself. No, if there's somebody or an entity that's out there that's better than you or already set up and structured more than you, allow them to come in and help take you further. Just like you said, you go further with the group, you go fast alone. But if you go fast alone, you might end up taking a couple steps back too because you was moving too fast.
Yeah, here's something I want to give people. Now you mentioned that. There's a book called Who Not How. I need everybody to get your hands on that book, Who Not How, to learn the power of assigning people to do other things. And also there's another book called 10X is Better Than 2X. These two books will change your life. I have a ton of books I love to read. The hidden messages are inside these books. Once you get this information into you on how to build this thing, you're gonna explode. But it all starts from belief, taking your salary, having a job, having a blueprint, and I need you to write down your goals. I need you to have a whiteboard with a vision of where you're trying to be, because your vision and your goals are only dreams if you can't see it. Like you keep saying in your head, you want to do something, but where's the plan?
Hey, so Star, if you haven't noticed, I've stayed quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So, like Shake told you earlier, I was the one that was like, yo, man, you gotta connect with this guy, right? Not me, but Shake. You gotta connect with this guy. I'll come through the back end or what have you, but I wanted him to talk to you first. Yeah. And the reason I've been quiet is because two things that you said, and it's two of the main things that you said that I'm using to better myself. And the one was, my job is my business partner, right? And by me using my job, and it's not, I'm a consultant, right? So I'm not anyone's employee. I come in, I do what I have to do, then I go. Then I go to another place, I do what I have to do. But guess what? Those places that I went, bought all this equipment right here. Yeah. That's what made me start a podcast, because my job or my employment at the time was paying me to purchase this stuff to then create the podcast studio that I have today, right? Yes. And then the second thing was the whole real estate aspect, right? My mindset, I own a brownstone in Bed-Stuy just like you, and I was like, yo, I want to own some more property, but I would go to different showings, and they were like, yeah, we have a tenant, and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't want no building with a tenant inside. I don't want nobody's problem. But Storm was like, dude, as soon as you buy that house, you making bread, because that, especially if you get that the rent roll, that's the word, and you know that this person has been paying their rent. Why would you get rid of money to then bring in somebody that you don't even know that's paying their rent?
You don't know how they're
starting over.
Exactly.
Right. So those are the two jewels that I took, and when I heard those two jewels, and I'm not just saying this for podcast purposes or what have you, I was like, Shake, better known as Syriac, or
Yeah.
Syriac, better known as Sheikh. You need to connect with this brother. And then I'll come around. I'll come in. I'll
I
come in when I
appreciate
need
that,
to.
man.
Yeah, and that's the truth, bro.
He the plug. He made it work. He made it happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's what he does, man. That's the and for all you that don't know, that is the brother that's been putting this Black Men's Brunch Syriac, which, damn, we haven't even interviewed him, which we got to make sure that we do get him before we end. But I'm gonna let you take it back and wrap it up with my boy Storm.
Got you, of course. So again, Storm, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. I also want you to shout out all of your socials and where people can reach out to you, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to talk to you and find out what are the first steps to buying a property, no matter where it is.
Where you can find me out on Instagram is I am Storm Leroy. I am Storm Leroy. And also, I need you to say to yourself every day, you are a millionaire magnet. So you say this in the mirror: I am a millionaire magnet. I am a millionaire magnet. Millionaire being the mindset, magnet is the attraction of what you want. Then go to IamAMillionaireMagnet.com. Come join my community. It's free. Come hang out around other like-minded people. I teach lessons. You get access to courses. You get access to my live Monday calls. I'll see you guys there.
All right, we'll see you there. Hey, beat them there. Don't meet them there. All right, so thank you for tuning in. Again, this is the Lobby Studio BK on location at the Black Men's Brunch. My name is Beloved. That voice is Ev.
Yes,
and
sir.
we'll
Yes,
see
sir.
y'all
Yes,
next
sir.
time. Thank you.
Peace.